Morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware the risk in the market, and not every trader will be a success trader if he don't do his homework. So please be careful. Try to stay on a sim as long as needed before you can go. This is a very serious matter, and there is no one can guarantee success to any trader. For the ones that just arrived, we had a beautiful one actually this morning. We are up to 407 ticks. We were much more than that. We have a new signal on the DAX right now. I want to cover. You have the new signal here. We are sharing our signals, and what you do with it is at your own risk. We are not involved with you trading, so it's up to you what you do with it. So right now, you have the signal here on that first column. Then you have the direction of that signal, buy or sell. Then you will have a safe entry, recalculate it, and tell you where you can re-enter the market on the pullback. Those are your entry points. Those are your targets points. Those are your P&L based on the entry price. And then you have uh, the the P&L intakes, and then it tells you when the target hit. At the moment, we have every single market hit. The market analyzer is based on 1 minute, and every day is based on 1 minute. We do not use different charts. And then we use 1 minute and a base on one lot. So if you do any calculation here, you will find out it is based on one lot. On the Forex is the same story. You have the signal entry safe, and we have a lot of requests for me when in the morning trading the DAX to turn on the Forex. Really tight on time, but I'll promise I will find a solution for those guys that want to follow the Forex early in the morning. As an example, right now, but right now we are extremely packed with and we need to take care of those new members. We need to look after them, but I will find a time in the morning when we are trading the DAX, and maybe we can give one of the screens out for the problem is I need to concentrate on it, and I will find a solution for the DAX traders. Then as on the Forex is the same story here. Is an entry direction based on 1 minute. Safe entry, re-entry price, target, and P&L, and all based on a 10,000. As an example, right now we have 122 pips in the profit, but it is all based on 10,000. In here, what we have the scalpers. They are doing extremely well. And today, the eyes on the CL, and the CLs are doing extremely well today, early this morning. So they are really good, the CLs. So the eyes actually on the CL, not the ES today. And on the scalper here, you have 150 ticks. And I don't have that much room. I don't know what to do. Let me see what I can do. Just a second. Okay, here is maybe we're gonna take a little bit from. So you have a minute market order, and 150 ticks limited price. Then at the bottom here we have the CL trades, and we will be covering the CL trades. Right now we have a new signal on the ES at on the chart. We have a new signal entry, and it is 403 target 86 level. So we'll try to cover that also. And really what is what is really moving today is the CL. It is amazing. For the DAX trading, I was a bit busy this morning, so I always show the DAX trading, the 1 minute, the one I usually trade, and I have not took any trades on the DAX the 1 minute. There is nothing, and I was busy. But the rest of the DAX I'll show you. But I used the 1 minute for the DAX, but I did not take any. I did not activate the 1 minute. But I don't mind to show you the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes and the rest of the market. But my chart, personally, it is a 1 minute, and this is the DAX on one trade, 3 minutes, and we had 3,000 on that, and the DAX on the 5 minutes is the same number, 3,788. The 150 ticks, it is, when a day you are busy, you don't trade the DAX, and then there we go. The market piss you off. 1,000. No matter what we do, sometimes this market can get us. And the DAX this morning on the 288 nailed 1,000. So we can go on and on the DAX, but the DAX did very well and this morning. So that's very good. So let's move those away, and we'll try to cover some of the stuff we have. And right now we have the most is the RTY, but we will concentrate on the ES trade. And this is the signal for the ES trade. No, this is the DAX. I apologize. It's extremely sorry. It's extremely heavy. I'm using a lot of net, and especially when I'm on the YouTube, it's taking a lot. I want to cover today where most of the trading. I want to cover. We have covered before about Y reversal, and let me show you something on the ES. For the ones don't know that, even if you are auto trading, it's much good. I mean, it is very good. What we do here live, not a fixed, prepared. After the fact, we are doing it live. For the ones don't know that, we have some companies, investors companies, heavy traders. We have some investors company, they are trading 100 ES, 100 CL. And I'll show you what they're doing. They're using our systems. On those, in the system here, we have two yellow lines. Those two yellow lines means there is no more long trades. And for the one who have been following us for a very long time, also to the downside here, there is no more short trades. For the ones who has been following us, or they have the software for the last 2 years since Ninja Trader 8 come out, that has been a very, very, very consistent. When I was having a meeting with some of them, what they are doing on it, they can use what they are doing. They're using a ranker bar, or they are using a range on the ES as an example. Let me show you. I love the Ninja Trader 7. We spent 10 years of development on MT7 non-stop. 10 years non-stop development. It is amazing what we have come out on Ninja Trader 7. And hopefully once the Ninja Trader 8 is stable, we have a big portion partial of it on NT8. But the problem, every time they are doing update on the NT8, you have to go back to the draw line and redo everything. So now we are waiting on a little bit more stability on the update, and then everything is going to be transferred on NT7. 10 years of work, and I'm going to show you something, guys. If we notice on the ES, once it gets in between those two yellow lines, means is over. There is no more long trade. And if the ones are following me, you see I covered the reversal a couple of Fridays ago, and I will continue to cover the reversal for you. And the money is in the reversal for an advanced traders, and this is out of the band, and I have covered that out of the band where you can take those trades. Those here, what it says the target, those you cannot find them anywhere. Those are institutional daily target, and usually those targets hit around 12 o'clock, like a clock, except on a Friday. Those targets on NT7 it hit at the first couple hours. But before the Fridays, Monday through Thursday, those daily target, folks, nobody has them. And I got them out of Luxembourg when I was trading the gold and the silver. And I didn't get them because I have a beautiful brown eyes, believe me. So those, nobody have them. And those, they always hit the target. There is two sets, one for the long side and one for the short side. Another things on this one here, it is out of the band, strictly out of the band. This one confirming what is this yellow here. And this is a reversal and a warning, take a profit. So this one here are not a repaint. Most of them, 90%, they are telling you they have a reversal, they are repaint. Those are not repaint, and we are willing to show you they do not repaint. Right now, on that target here is confirming profit warning, reversal 7, because you have reversal 6, 4, and 1 is a re-entry. Reversal 7 is a very strong reversal. The higher the number, the stronger the number. And then you have a profit warning. So this is 2 sign. And then we hit the target. This is the 3rd sign. And it is out of the band. This is the 4th sign. So this is a range. This is why the reversal, there is a lot of money on it. And anyone can say there is no money in the reversals. They're not the traders. They're car salesmen. And I challenge them. This has been around. The reason it is very good to have reversals, very simple, because they can clear any automated trade or any manual trade when the market dive in a channel. And this is the only way, if you want to trade and you don't know how to read the market, this is very fine. That's why God gave us a brain to use. As an example here, this is a CL based on a Renko bar. The worst enemy for any auto trade, it is when the market going sideways. I'm very much against the Renko bar to trade with the trend. It is a bad news. You will never make money in your lifetime if you want to trade Renko. You will never be success trader because you are using a Renko. I don't care. They can leash dogs as much as they want. They can put fake email and attack me as much as they can. The institutional, the end of the line, the institutionals, whether you are Ninja, eSignal, any kind of platform, they are using 15 minutes. They are not using your Renko bar. They are not using your ticks. So the institutionals are using 15 minutes, and that is the end of it. The Renko bars are the best, or the range bars are the best for reversals. This is here. First of all, the first step is indicate when we are at the border. This is the first indication on it. The second indication, also, the reason why it is so good to have a Renko reversal, I apologize, not the Renko. If we notice on those area here, on the CL today, it was a lot of a chop market. So if you are trading a reversal, you're not going to dive into this mess. Most of the traders are losing money because they are diving into this mess, or they are auto trading and dive in a big mess. When the market is a chop, when the market is a flat, your auto trade is not going to be making money. And this is where you can really get in a lot of trouble, especially for a guy over immersion himself. He do not have a proper money in the future trading, and he have a lack of experience. This is exactly what will happen for him. He will be start diving into those unwelcome territories on those area here. So when the market is trending and those are not a repaint, this one here at 66.46 give you the clearance. It give you the clearance to go ahead and take that trade based on a reversal. Let me show you. This is one entry. This is two entry. This is the third entry. This is the fourth entry. This is the fifth entry. This is the sixth entry. This is, you can sit all day long trading NASDAQ ES, Dow Jones. You want to be a profitable trader. This is avoiding for you the sideways in the market. When you have four different chart, we don't have to trade all different chart, but it could be the ES is out of the band, the CL out of the band, or the YM, or the NASDAQ is out of the band. And this is exactly what we are waiting on to dive into those trades. Most of the time, I cannot say 100%, most of the time, if you cannot catch the trend, do not jump in the middle of the trend or trying to activate any type of an auto trade on that trend, because you're going to lose. You do not jump on a trade when the market is trending. If you couldn't catch it from the beginning, there is nothing wrong with that. Let it go. Don't dive into it. Wait when everybody start getting aggressive and buying, and this is where you sit down and wait, and you go ahead and hammer with a when everybody trying to go long, you are going short. And that is the end of the story, and I will be also showing you a lot of details. Now, for those guys, they think that this is not the problem because they are auto trader. Well, let me give you good news, my friend. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're gonna be turning on your auto trade and you don't know how to read the market, you're no matter what kind of auto trade I will give you, you're gonna crash it. Absolutely, you're gonna crash it. If we cannot read what we need to do before the market, we use the auto trade, you're gonna crash it. I don't care what kind of auto trade you have. This is reality. Let me show you something where we can, before we start doing any type of an auto trading. This is a very clear chart on the ES. Let me give you the situation because of everybody trade the ES. Everybody likes the ES, very fine. The ES has become an institutional and it is a very high frequency. Sadly, you do not have a high frequency trading. They all say you have a high frequency trading, but I don't think so. You have a high frequency trading. This is a different ball game. I don't want to get into it, but some people use millions of dollars on a high frequency to gain those milliseconds. If we look at the situation right now, this is a base on 1 minute. This is a very, very clean chart. I will look at the chart and I will show you how the minute can tell you when this market is doing those hours here, doing those hours when the market was stuck in those channels. You couldn't do anything about it. Now the ES, no matter what, we have a projection on the ES and we have a heavy projection and a resistance at 72 level. By looking at the other two, when you can combine those two together, that will indicate for you exactly this market is running out of steam and there is no way we are going to go ahead and take a long, because once you are between those two yellow lines, there is no more. If you're not in that trade, you are not going to be taking any long trade. Trust me, because now your percentage on that trade is going to be very, very low. So right now, if we wanted to take a trade on the ES, or if you are using the swing trading or the scalping, let me pull the 1 minute for you. Let me show you on the swing trading. When I said on the swing trading, you will never miss a trade. You will never miss a trade. And this is exactly what happened. You did not miss the trend on the ES. And if we look at the ES here, you never miss the trend. If this market moving, we are making money. If this market not moving, we're not making money. On this one here, there is a beautiful trend. We catch that trend on the ES. And right now, because we can see now we are in a critical condition, it is very nice for a guy turn on that short trade and you tell your auto trade is no longer valid for a long trade. So you don't have to be emotionally disturbed with it, but I can understand that the ES is running out of steam. It is out of the band, whether you are using a Renko bar or you are using whether you are using a Renko bar or a range, because range are very good also for reversal. And you're gonna see right before your eyes, right now, your ES is gonna drop right in front of your eye. And why missing a good trade? Why missing a good trade? This is wrong. Why missing it? This is very wrong. On the side here, I want to show you something for the guys. We still have a large number trading the NT7. So now we are showing NT7 and NT8 in conjunction with each other. On the side here, we have a floor and fibs. And they are extremely powerful floor and fibs in conjunction with the support resistance and the mid-band. Right now, you will watch the market once it come into the mid-band, and I can tell you we can monitor that. And I will be covering a lot about price action and how we can re-enter the market. The problem is there is so many ways we can enter the market. The problem is how we can relate that to the trader in a simple manner. This is the most challenge, and not get him lost with all kind of technical analysis, because this guy is going to get lost. The second day you put him on a trade, he's going to fall right through his head. Another things here, we have something called a trend exhaustion. And this one here can combine both together. And you can see when you are trying to put indicators together, they all speak in the same language in the same time. This is an art. When the system speak in one condition in the same time, this is an art. So right now we are start diving on the ES. And I'm going to go ahead and activate short only on the automated trade. On the CL, we are already closed the CL for the ones I said today, the eyes on the CL, because we already done with the CL. This is your CL 3 minutes. This is your CL 5 minutes. Swing trading. And this is your CL 288. Also, it's the same story. And all of them made it. And all of them beautiful trade. So we are practically done on the CL. And now we are monitoring that ES to see what will happen to the CL, to the ES. I apologize. And we know exactly where it's going to land on the pullback is 63.25. So let's go ahead and watch this market and figure out what will happen on the ES. Let me try to cover. It is the same story, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. Let me show you where this CL, when you are trading reversals, if we notice, we have the reversal right there. Those are not repaint. 66.46, where this CL come in exactly to the mid-band, exactly to the mid-band. I didn't do it, but I will do it tomorrow. I will show you the trading panel, where the trading panel tell you if this, the trading panel have over 375 indicators in there, where it measuring tick by tick, and that tells you it's exactly like this one here on NT8. It's exactly like this one here, measuring the buyers, the sellers. They have a market analyzer from the 1 minute all the way down to 30 minutes on two different market analyzer, and then all your ATR, volatility, MACDs, all of it is all combined in one and giving you one signal. Instead looking at one individual indicator, you put them, all of them, in one program, and then you put it. And I will be showing you how complicated is that system based on this one program on it. So right now, we know exactly where to take short on the ES after this, on the CL after this big run. And this is your key. The landing on the ES, on the CL, I apologize, is going to be exactly right there at 65.88. This is where the most profit it will be taken. For you as a retailer, you only have to deal with the first target and the second target. The third target is not yours. It is for a high time frame, forex trading or institutional trading. Those is not your business. But the first target and the second target, usually those are your business. Those are where it's gonna give you the direction where, and we will show you today by 11 at 12 o'clock, they always land at that number. Whether you are auto trading, manual trading, swing trading, scalping, they always land for some reason around the 12 o'clock at those targets. That tells you that you are not in control with this market. Somebody is controlling that market. You have to be clever enough to understand the game, and you have to be clever enough to understand or see your situation before you start auto trading, before you start manual trading, kicking the tires around, see what's going on. Is this CL out of the band? Then I'm going to direct, or am I going to be taking short? This is, if you don't do those steps before you start your auto trade, if you don't look at the chart before you start trading, you will never, you can sit down and purchase as much as you can software. You're not going to get anywhere with the trading. So if you want to trade orange and you don't know anything about orange, you do not, because your buddy told you there is a container orange in Florida, you can make 50% of profit, and you don't know about oranges and you go purchase oranges, would you do that? Or coffee? I don't know anything about coffee. I know how to drink it. I don't know anything about oranges. I will never buy a container orange and sell it somewhere else, because this is not my business. If this one here, you wanted to make business out of it, then you better roll your sleeve. What we are doing in this room, we are giving very free education. We're not getting anything out of it. We're trying to open your eyes what's going on in the market for today, whether you are a manual or automated trading. We're not collecting money. We're not collecting your name. We're not collecting your email. And actually, I have tons of work today, and I'm trying every single day to come out 2 hours to open the eyes for those guys and try to understand this market before you start trading. Right now, if you are on any trade on the short CL, this is your destination. It's not going to be anywhere farther than 65.85. So this is the Renko bar. Sometimes can give us wrong signal. So if we want to examine the CL situation, we can combine the Renko bar reversal with the CL 1 minute, because the CL 1 minute is not going to lie to us. It's going to give us the true trend, and then we can monitor, and this is the auto trade, took a trade on the CL. That's very fine. We look, the target on that system, the price action is 65.69. 65.69. Let me show you something, folks. When you do your homework, there is no reason for a guy do the proper training, and I'm not saying a training to sit in a room for 1 year, fall asleep. No, sir. What I'm saying is just minor things in this life can make your life much easier. And the target here is 65.69 on the auto trade, 69.65, isn't it? 65.69, 65.69. Right there. What is telling us, look, guys, once if this CL, if it's gonna hit this one here, what is telling us on the CL when we are trading reversal, is telling us the target. This one is a different calculation. It's telling you the target is 65.69. Fair enough. If we look at the 65.69, you're out of the band. You know that? You're out of the band. So this one we spotted right away on a reversal, out of the band, give us enough momentum, telling us reversal, reversal, two different signals, and then hit out of the band, and now is going out of the band. That means there is another potential for a long trade. Very simple. Anyone don't know how to trade reversal, he's no trader. He's no trader because the money is in the reversal. So even if you are auto trading and this is not your headache, today I want to cover something about the scalpers for the ones they do not have time to read the market. Even if I trade the CL automated and I covered myself for today, there is a plenty of bread on the table if you are experienced enough to pick up a bread from the market. There is no excuse for anyone. If it's a simple strategy, simple, cannot be simpler than that. If you cannot read that, that's mean you have a problem. And you just need to follow when the market is out of the band. And if you're not sure when it's out of the band, wait till your Renko bar is touching the band and you nail that trade. So if you're not a brilliant trader or you're not a fast trader, I'm a very slow trader. I'm not a brilliant trader. So I don't know. I'm very slow. Okay, very fine. But when this bar hit this one here, when the bar, that's how we made the auto trade on the MT7 on the reversal. So when the bar hit out of the band right there, you have an entry, buddy. And now you are laughing at those guys. And when this market is gonna hit out of the band, you have one more time entry, close, open position, and we're gonna show that. So this is, then I'm depending on the support line and the floor and Phipps. The floor and Phipps is going back and forth, measuring everything. And I want to cover something about the mid band, but not right now. When the floor and Phipps is in conjunction with the band, this is a re-entry point, but I don't want to complicate the trade. So I'm going to skip the mid band for now. This is for just advanced trading, because the market comes in pieces. And once you understand each level, how to deal with it, then it will be piece of cake. So I'm not going to be covering the mid band because there is a lot of trades on the mid band, and there is a lot of confirmation we can do on the mid band. I'm not going to deal with that. I want to keep it simple, and I wanted to make sure that the trader on a summer day or on around the Christmas, or you will be able to nail a trade any time when you see there is an open trade. Exactly when you see there is an open trade. So this is a very, very important um, for the guys also. We have got hammer with a lot of traders. They say, Sam, we cannot wait till we come home and see your video, but I work all day long. I do not have the luxury to be around the trading hours. And for the ones have been asking us if we can have the NT4, I want to say to you, the NT8 has got us a little bit behind because we've been developing nonstop on NT8, and that has put us behind on a different platform, but we are coming on a different platform. It's a bit slow because we want to make sure that our NT8 is going smooth, which has put us behind 6 months actually. We're trying, but we have the MT5, and we have tested the MT5, and it's not on the web, so you're not going to find it. I don't have time to put everything on the web. Every time we come out with something, we need to rush with it. No. For the last 6 months, our traders has tested it, and they were very pleased with it. And I was very impressed with the MT5, the speed. By the time you open the chart, is immediately start taking a trade, and it is very smooth. And we have come out with one auto trade on the MT5, and I'm very happy with it actually. And it is very smooth. Have not crashed, not even one time. And when we have traders are a little bit not a computer wizard, they are really very friendly use, and the speed on automated trading, it is very impressive. And for the ones are asking us to come on MT4, now we're gonna be doing a lot of work on MT5. I'm pleased what I'm looking at. I'm very happy with the stability, and we made the market analyzer like Ninja Trader on it, and it is a very, very friendly use. And also with the optimization for now, my programmers, that's what my programmers did say. I did not I do not do any more optimization in that the way you do it. We have a different setting to do, monitoring the 200 days moving average and the 10 days moving average. But we have made the market analyzer, and it is a very stable. And we have some traders in Europe, they are using it. The success on it was 90% of the customer used it. They were very, very happy. Of course, we're going to be doing some more updates on it, but I will keep it on the side. Especially, I like the CL and the E-mini on it. And if you don't like the CL, what the hell with the CL? You can get the mini. Actually, today immediately closed the 500, and it is a very friendly use. And this is the setting on it. What we have done on the market order, you don't need to use a limited order on the NT5 because there is a good stability on the trade with the MT5. Very impressive, very light, and it takes you millisecond, and very friendly use. I have not put it on the web. Maybe we'll put it on the web later on, and I don't care if somebody want to buy it or not. So I didn't even had time to. But I want to show you. I'm gonna close it. It's closed right now, and I want to open it. And the way it opened, in the milliseconds and immediately activate the auto trades without doing anything. So for the ones, look, within a millisecond, everything is loaded and everything is activated. Look, everything is activated. Millisecond. All the auto trades now are on. The dome is amazing, very extreme, is showing the buy and the sell, and it is very nice, very clean, very friendly use, and it never crashes and never hangs on you. And you can see immediately we have the auto trade activated by itself. The market analyzer landed by itself, and it is very good for DAX trading, ES, and so also it is one of the things we have done this one here is for guys with a smartphone, iPad at work that can control their trade. And also, if you don't have a top-end computer, then you still can trade without investing money in a new computer. So we thought about everybody in this one. I'm going to keep it on the side, and I will show you when the market start taking a trade on this one here. So you can use a smartphone on those. You can your iPad if you are at work, and I find them very friendly. Now, if you wanted to take a serious trade and you want to take more in the indicators and all this, then stick on NinjaTrader, of course. But if you just automate it and you're not a computer wizard, then you can do that, no big deal. On the one of the things is people go to work every day. There is an option you can do. We have an A scalper and a B scalper. You can use them a limited order and a market order. An A scalper, you can use it during the trading hours, and the B scalper, but the B scalper is made for a chop market or a very slow day for today, or is made for a chop market. So the B scalper, it is very good for overnight as well. So what I'm saying is, don't go ahead and what you can do after you go on a sim long enough, understand the B scalper. You can talk to your broker and have a sub account. The sub account, let's say you have $5,000, you can open a sub account. I have 2 sub accounts as well. So those sub accounts, you don't have to invest a lot of money in them. And the reason is because, God forbid, if something happened when you're sleeping, we don't want to invest a lot of money on those sub accounts. We just need a little money in there to drive us overnight. On a couple $1,000 trade in the ES overnight is nothing, or $1,000 or $1,500, depends on your broker. And then you can sleep in peace at night, and you can have this B scalper after you do your sim and you do your training yourself on it. Normally, the ES does not require no more than 1 contract, and I will show you the B scalper. It is a very friendly use. I'll try to open a new chart and I'll show you the B scalper, whether you are on NinjaTrader 7 or NinjaTrader 8 is irrelevant. We're going to take a normal chart. And what is nice about it, you can have your daily target 250. In the morning, you either made 250 or you lost 250. I don't know. But what it is most of the time, those auto trade at night, they can make some money, especially for the B scalper require slow, and it is very you can have it $250 and you can run them, or there is another option also. If you are a morning a guy, you can when you get up in the morning on the B scalper, you can run it for a couple 3 trades before you go out and head to work. I mean, this is when you're trying to accomplish something, you can always accomplish Uh, uh, there is always alternative. That's why we say one auto trade in is no longer capable of taking the everything. You have to have the proper tools for every timing and for every market, because you cannot use one tools for everything. If we look here on the B scalper, is a very friendly use, no optimization required. You go here, and if you wanted to, this one here, you don't have to worry about it. You can put 250 and 250. Okay. You can use a limited order, or you don't like limited order, it's market order, because it's irrelevant. The reason why it's irrelevant, because the market on the ES is stay moving slowly until 1:30, 1:30 morning Eastern time, and then it really dies on us until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when the Europeans wake up. So by then, this time here, you probably should have been done, and then you can set 15 ticks of stop loss. If you don't know what you want to use for stop loss, you just put it on 0. So right now the auto trade is taking care of it, and he does it himself. You don't have to do anything for it anymore. If you put everything on 0, the auto trade take over. If you want to interfere with the auto trade, I usually use 15 ticks on all the scalper. You can put 15 ticks of scalper, and then you can use your own trailing stop if you want to, and then you can use a break even. If you have your magic numbers, you can do that. Some of the traders, they made the mistake. They thought they can be smart and use a stop loss 5 ticks. Please don't do that. 5 ticks, any bar is 5 ticks, and then you're going to be exit out of the same bar if the bar moved back. So don't do that. You need to give a little room to the market to go back and forth. So 15 ticks, 12 ticks on a 1 minute or 150 ticks is a bit tight. 15 ticks is a very comfortable. Then you have an option. You can turn on your news filter, and then you say 10 minutes before the news, if any news in Australia or in the Asian or whatever, and then you can start trading, let's say 10 minutes or 5 minutes after the news, and then you turn it on, and then you put your account number. This is how simple it is, and that's how simple it is also we did on the MT5, and we did the market analyzer also the same way as the if you notice the market analyzer, it is the same. But what we have done on the MT5, and like Ninja Trader, you don't have to fear it with anything. This is a very slick we did on the MT5. If you are a Forex trader, or you have a lot of future trading or anything, you do not have to feed the market analyzer anything. The market analyzer, the minute you start taking a trade, start registering for you. So it is much more advanced than Ninja Trader market analyzer, much more advanced. So as you see right now, there is no trades. The minute you start taking a trades, any instruments, immediately will start plotting and will start calculating for you, and it tell you your position, your profit, and everything. And then it goes straight out with it. And it is really a very high advanced market analyzer. And then you can we will try to cover Forex on MT5, and we will cover the futures on the MT5. But we did this one here for those guys that want to use, because on the MT5 you can use your smartphone and you can use your iPad. So this is also an option for the trader, not to be left out, and you don't have to go around with a heavy tank around you with a heavy computer to survive the rest of the day. That's for sure. If we notice here, I said I didn't want to cover the mid band on the ES. Let me show you something right now. We know the ES is dropping from the reversals, and let me show you on the range. Let me show you the accuracy. Let me look at the ES here. Let me go back on the ES in here. The ES is coming. Look at this, two different systems. The ES is coming on the re-entry point. If you've been following us long enough, those are the trailing stop. The trailing stop is based on what? On the fibs, okay? Those are not a dummy trailing stop for the auto trade, okay? And now, if we notice the market, where is coming? To the re-entry point, and it's coming to the trailing stop where there is a double support line. Look at this. On the NT7, we have a double support line right there on the NT7 and a mid band. You see that? This is a decision where you can close position, open position, or if you want to stay on that trade, you just protect your profit somewhere above this line, and let's see how it's going to play. And I will show you both, guys, and you will see it works like a clock, both of them. It works like a clock, both of them, and it's going to be rejected from those numbers. Almost guaranteed it's going to be rejected from those numbers. And I'll keep back and forth and show you it will. Look, this is an example right now on the MT5. Is immediately by itself register the trade, and now it's taking a trade at 66.75. Immediately the market analyzer registered that trade. You see, so you don't have to go ahead and feed it. You don't have to do anything. For the guys are not a computer wizard. I find it is a very fast execution, very fast. I don't care what platform, I don't care what kind of instruments, whatever it fits me, I will do. And that is going to give for those guys working that want to use a smartphone, iPads, that will give a freedom to those guys. In the same time, look, immediately now the CL took a trade, and look at this. The execution is superb on the MT5, is extremely fast, and it's less than milliseconds to get filled, and that is it is very important in the trading, where a lot of traders or a lot of company use billions of dollars to get those millisecond ticks, and this is a millisecond ticks ahead from very, very aggressive, very. I mean, if we look at that entry on the ES, this is a dream. How we nailed that trade, and look at how the CL decide that trade immediately. And we have tested live. We have tested with a real account. What you see on the MT5 trade is the same one on the live account. Is the same number. Is the same entry. We have tested and tested and tested and tested. The number you see on the sim is the same number you get live. No hula bula in here. There is no habababa. There is what you see, what you get. And I like that. So right now on those trades, based on the CL and ES, right now we have $285 on those trades. The CL is taking. This is very nice. The ES took that trade exactly where we have predicted from the mid-band. That's exactly where we have predicted from the mid-band. $300 on those trades. So let's go back and see the. They're not on the web. I didn't even bother to put them on the web. I don't have time. So right now on the scalpers, on the swing trading, we have a 300 ticks. Not much. Not much. The market is a bit flat. Scalper, 150 ticks, doing very well. And we are been hammered on the CL. This is the 1 minute. Welcome to trading. You have to see the good and the bad. On the 1 minute, we are hammered with losses on the CL. Welcome to trading. Let me go back on the MT5. Just want to follow those trades for you. Look at the dome. It's amazing. It's very clean, very stable, very speedy, and that's what we need, speed. We'll keep our eye on those trades, and I will show you how it is. Um, at the moment, we have a lot of sideways, and let's see. We have also the 1 minute is eating banana on the scalper. It's a big banana here. Welcome to trading. We cannot win it all. So, and also we have losses on the 30-year Treasury bond. This is not good. We still struggling on the ES. The ES, it is really struggling, and it's going to drive you crazy between the target and the double support, because we knew that is a double support mid band. It's not going to cross it easily. If we look at the ES, that it is really nothing to look at right now on the ES. Let's try to find something is moving in this market today. CL. Okay, let's look at the CL. This is our short trade on the CL. We're coming right in line out of the band. This is where you need to close your position on that CL. And this is where we need to re-enter if we can have some confirmation from the CL. 1 minute. Oh, we have a trade on the CL here with the auto trade. Let me show you the MT5. We are 335. And what is nice about this market analyzer, because I mean, if you are hedging the futures, if you take ES1 contract, NASDAQ one contract, YM one contract, I don't want to sit down and fuzzle with each one of them, but then at least I can see my total here and it comes automatic. And I know, look, a close position, beautiful closing position, and we still have one trade for today on the ES. And you are done. It's over. No hassle, no training, and you can be mobilized. You don't have to stick behind the screen all the time if you are just interested in a small quickie and leave the market. So there is an option. We can go on the B scalper overnight if you're busy. There's an option. You can have this one here to give you the freedom with, mobilized. And also for those guys that are sitting behind the computer, it's such a waste not to especially right now, we are offering you some little education here on the YouTube live, and what it hurts you to just get at yourself a little bit, take whatever you like, dump what you don't like, and trying to understand how this market moving right now is immediately for the guys is asking how I can see this market is moving or not moving. If we notice for the last 30 minutes, we still on the same numbers. Is going the future trading is coming in a circle, and it's going in a circle up and down, up and down. The ES is a very, and the CL right now is going to be rejected from the 66.27. I'm not worried. But what I'm worried about this ES now, we need to cross those two lines here in order to get all the way down to that area. That is going to be a bit of problem for the ES to cross those two lines. Absolutely. So we'll see how between the CL and the ES is going to play anything. And this is the same story here. We are having a lot of problems with the ES. We have a trailing stop as a fib. This is a different system, trailing stop two, and a re-entry point. They all of them, two, three different system is telling you the same story. There is a trouble in that zone here. There is a trouble in this area. And no matter what you do, if you are a manual trader or an auto trader, you're going to have a problem in those areas, despite whatever system you're using. Okay, folks. So let's look at the Forex. On the Forex, we are 128 pips based on a 10,000. And now we are 287 takes based on one contract on the market analyzer. And we got hammered on the CL with 1 minute. It is a really blow right there. And then on the CL, actually the CL 150 ticks are not doing well either. They're not. This is nothing on the CL. So there is a little struggling on the CL and the scalping. So that's what we have. Let me show you, go back and forth, because I really cannot open everything in one screen every day. But today we can do that. So right now we closed that trade on 178, and now we're still climbing on the ES, and that ES again. If you are on a live account or on a sim account on MT5, you don't have that problem. It's the same number. And we are gonna go. We're gonna see where it's gonna take us. This one here. It's been around for over 6 months, and we have given it to all our traders to test it. We give them a free trial, 30 days on it. And we're going to be updating it and polishing it, again. And then we're going to move on because I like the speed in it. And that's what we need in the future. And I'm going to extend the price action to the MT5. Absolutely. And the price action, it will be hopefully not today, not tomorrow, but I will be putting the MT5. I'm going to put the signal entries on MT5. That is going to make the signal entry much more efficient and much faster calculation. I don't care. I'll do that. Whatever give me speed, I'm for it. You see, as expected, I'm not worried on the CL. It's dropping. And the ES is going back, folks, to the same number. 66, mark it in, 66. On that star, folks, on that star here, let me show you. It's very nice to sit down and show everything in the public. I love it because sometimes you give a car to a guy who don't know how to do it, then he crash it. Then it was the car problem. You see that star? This is another calculation entry, and this star does not move, folks. This is not a repaint start. So this is what I have done is not to just put in very aggressive entries on the reversals, and the same time I have recalculate for him, and I put for our traders stars. The stars is a re-entry point if he is out of that trade. Let me show you those stars. They are all over the place. Those are entries. This is an entry. Why is an entry? Is above the band, the mid band, and this is a star. This is an entry. This is an exit, an entry again. If you don't know when to enter, when the bar touched the band, out of the band, and this is a re-entry point because now we cross the mid band. Final destination is right there, and you bet your money on it. It's right there, sir. It's right there. So whether I'm auto trading or manual trading, I'm aware where this market is going. By just using the auto trade and run to the kitchen window and look at the sky, why there is no, the sky is not a drop in dollars, because you're not paying attention what this market is telling you. The target is right there, right in line out of the band. I know exactly what is my situation right now. Whether I'm a manual trader or I'm an auto trader, I know exactly what is my situation on the CL. There is no excuse for me not understand why this market is pulling back, because the support resistance line, that's very fine. This is my final destination. That's very fine. It's going to come out of the band. I'm already getting myself ready for reversal once this CL get there. I'm already planned for the next hour what I will be doing on the market. And I'm ahead of the market, prepared for the market. Now I need to make sure that CL is going to land to this target safely. And in the same time, I know exactly what I need to do when the CL gets there. Don't need a crystal ball to find those. So, and we will keep monitoring the CL trade to see what will happen on the CL trade also. And it is, let me go back on the MT5. We're still on that trade on that ES, and the CL took another trade. Very fine. And this is right in front of you. We start taking those trades right in front of you. I know exactly what is my total. If you are hedging the future, the auto trade took long in here. That's the difference between a guy can read market or not. The auto trade took long. On the CL took long. I don't know, maybe he's right. But my charts, my 1 minute and my chart is telling me vice versa. Now the market is pulling back on that CL because of this line, our line, right there. And it's coming right into those lines, the support line. Let me go ahead and put a very clear picture on the 1 minute. It's coming right to this support, and then is following the 65.95. So there is another problem. Look at this. on the CL came in the first time to this line, to the tick, at 65.98, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, and the fifth time. So now once we break this number here, we have another headache at 65.95 to deal with. So right now, if we notice on the CL movement, so if a guy want to come in and auto trade right now on the CL, and when he sees those two lines and the CL gets stuck in the channel, go get yourself a coffee and turn on your CL 5 minutes later, please. So those here can really indicate what's going on in this. Is the CL got stuck in a channel, where we are in this market before we take any trade. 2 years ago, I was teaching a guy about, he has nothing to do with the trading really, and he's a great guy to sit in the bodega and drink a glass of beer with him. He's a very funny guy, but the guy disappeared, and I said, he lives in the USA, born in USA, and and I said, why you're not showing up when we had the room back then? We had a room. Why you're not showing up? And and all this. And he said, don't worry, Sam, I got it covered. I said, how you got it covered? He said, his wife hired a psychic for him. They call her every morning, and she tells him if he needs to trade the A scalper or the B scalper. I swear, I kicked back on my chair and I was speechless. I did not know if I need to cry or laugh, but it took me 10 minutes to register and reboot my head and to able to speak one more time. And from that day, I never bothered him anymore. But I did not know if I need to sit down and cry or laugh. The guy come into the room back then, in which we were running the room every day. He find an easy out to have a psychic. So there is no easy way out, folks, with the trading. You have to spot what's going on, and you have to understand. You don't need a psychic. What you need a little work, not to learn a price action, to learn those lines. Takes you a couple of weeks, and then you call it off for today. Let's go back on. Some traders, it might take them a couple of weeks. Some traders might take them 4 weeks, but we are not going to be dragging you into the room and telling you need to pay us money to put you in a room. We're not going to do that. But all what I'm saying is we can teach you the basic, and you can create your own work. So this is what's happening right now on your MT5. Very clean, very speedy, and one of the mistakes people do, they go ahead and rent those VPS. Most of them, they're running out of a basement with a less than 4 GB RAM, and a lot of traders are not aware of that even NinjaTrader 7 require minimum 4 GB RAM. That's beside if you have added third party. So when you are going on those $80 VPS, $100, I'm paying $375 for my VPS each. So you cannot use an $80 VPS running on less than 2 GB, and then you're gonna put your NinjaTrader in there, and you're gonna be all over the place, and you think the NinjaTrader is, or any other platform, it's not going to lag. They're going to lag. They're gonna give you bad performance. Whether those, if you want to buy your own VPS and put it somewhere, but this is here. What I'm saying is, if you want the speed, this is a web-based. is irrelevant if you have a very fast, high-end computer, and if you it is and it gives you mobility to move around, stand sitting behind the screen. Um, so this is a solution for those guys. They send me an email. They say, Sam, we got to go to work. We cannot be with you and all this. There is a solution. Guys, I'm going to be taking 5 minutes break. I'm going to leave everything on, and then we will keep covering those traits. Thank you. Okay, guys, right in line with that. Right in line. And look, the auto trade didn't make it. I was smarter than the auto trade. The auto trade took a dive on the CL and he lost the first trade. He had a winner trade, and now the CL, the auto trade, reversed the market, making a bet on a reverse. He lost. On the second round, I know exactly where it's going, that auto trade. He's going to lose that trade. And then this market is going back as we predicted. And even if I stay till 12 o'clock tonight, I want to make a point to those traders out there. And this is a live, it's not a pre-made video. For the one sits in the corners, wait until after the fact, come out and show the traders how good you are. I'm going to stay on that trade, even if I'm going to stay till 12 o'clock. I want to make a point today and show you that there is another entry. The first entry was at around, if you're not an aggressive trader, I respect that. The second bet you have is when the bar get into the band. So let's say you don't know how to do this, fine. But this one, everybody can do that. Once he sees the bar touching the band, he can take that trade. And this is exactly how we made it on NT7, the automated trade. On this one here, the entry was 66.34, and you are hammering all the way down to here. Okay? And now I know exactly where I need to close my position and re-enter the market. And on top of that, if you miss that trade, I give you a signal, says short, followed by a resistance, followed, even if you miss it, I'll give you another signal, star, to enter the market. Even the star, there is an automated trade on the star, and I will show it to you. And you can use takes minutes on it. You can use whatever you want on the star. And what I like about the star is a very conservative trading. So we were not playing for the last 10 years. And I don't need anybody statement to tell me what we have done for the last 10 years. What we did the last 10 years, we bust our ass off, and we have not give our trader a lousy ATR automated trade or a MACD ATR and then say, here, give me 5,000. What we have given him to every trader, if you calculate how many auto trades and how many indicators he got, he paid $5 per indicator. I'm going to show you something, folks. I'm going to show you something that you tell me if is anybody able to do this indicator right there, even on MT8, even on NT8. Let me show you the work we do. On those, the measurement, when we are measuring the buyers and the sellers, we did not just put the measurement on the buyers and the sellers. We put 6 different time frame from 1 minute to 30 minutes to measure the buyers and the sellers. Let me show you another things. Look at this one here is monitoring the momentum in the market. Let me show you. This is an automated trade and an indicator at the same time. Keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to challenge any programmer can do this one. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Merry Christmas. So we have the tools. We have the auto trade. What you can do with it is up to you. It's not up to us. It is really up to you. Now we have a new target on the CL. We know we are in the projection. We know, look at those lines. They work every time. And look at this. We know why this CL pulling back. There's a projection here. We know now the CL is stuck between those two lines. We still have a little turbulence before we get the dead end. Once we get the dead end on that trade, once we get to the end of it, or if this market is out of the band, you're going to close position and reopen position, and you will see how this market is going to work. Let me show you something. Trading is an art. Trading is not somebody for somebody whining all the time. Trading, it is, you got to take it as is. When the ES a few minutes ago came into the double support line, I told you it's going to reject, and it rejected. Look at this. When the second time came into the ES trying to retest this double support, the star, those are your entry, and it can be automated to trade. This is another entry we have put for the traders, our traders. When the star came in, the ES broke those two lines. You see that? Okay. Now, where is this ES going? We call that trade from here. Where is this ES going? We spot the two double support, and when the market came in, this one here gave us a start. Where is this ES going? Out of the band. Exactly where that's where we're going to find an exit for out of the band and reverse this market at the proper time. This is how it works. This is how it works, the trade. And it is right in front of you. So once you are aware of what's going on, you can auto trade, you can manual trade, and you can enjoy trading because you are in charge with the market, not the market is in charge with you. As long as this market pulling you and lowering you to bad trades, not knowing what's going on, your best offer is to close your account and go to Las Vegas. At least you will have a free drinks. If you work with the market works with you. If you respect this market, the market respects you. If you are aware what's going on in this market, there is no auto trade. It's going to be hard for you. And that's why within auto trading, we took all this this optimization, because 90% of those traders, they fell on the automated trading, and we dismissed the Renko bar from the auto trading permanently because it was a bad news. As we see, you have to see that good trades and the bad trades. As we see right now on the minute, we are getting hammered on the CL, and we are losing a lot on the CL based on the 1 minute. And you can see that the market is struggling on the 1 minute because of the chop in the market. It's not because the auto trade is bad. This auto trade you have seen in it, the scalper day in and a day out making money. And today he's hitting south and it's not making money. And I'm proud to show that to any trader. I'm not going to be hiding that from any trader. However, on the 150 ticks, also, if we look on the 150 ticks, actually there is not even one winning trade. You see that? Because right now that market is struggling. That market is really extreme struggle in the market, and that is not going to help. There is a struggle in the market. Another example I'll show you. We were, when we first started, around 300-400 ticks. Now you can see this market is really getting a flat, and now we have a lot of red and 114 ticks into the profit. Actually, everything now, the market is collapsing, and is the swing trading, the scalping, the price action, all of them collapsing right in front of your eye. And that is going to happen, folks. That is going to happen. But at least I know I'm in that trade on the CL, and I know the trick on the CL, and I'm already covering myself on the CL, and I know where exactly is going to happen on that CL. Why? Knowledge. Knowledge is not how much money you have, it is how much knowledge you have in this market. We had some traders, they live in the US, and they are a customer of ours. And yesterday, I personally sent him a message to come in to learn. And the guy, some of the guys don't speak English, and they are living in the USA. That's very fine. But when this guy refused to come in, attend webinar, learning, he have a problem with an English language. That's very fine, but at least come into the room trying to understand a little bit what's going on, trying to understand how to load a chart, trying to understand how to activate the auto trade. Those do not require a lot of English to do that. Uh, if I can speak 4 languages, everybody can speak 2 languages. I'm not a brilliant guy. So, uh, uh, but some traders will not do the work on their self, and you cannot be their mother all the time. You cannot, So any guy can put a hard work, and it can pay off in the trading if you have the proper tools. It can. Right now we are on the scalper. We are heading south on the scalper, and now we lost all our profit from this morning on the scalper 1 minute, and now we are really in red on the 1 minute, and we are really bad on the 1 minute right now. Welcome to trading. This is the fun story that somebody called me, say, what's wrong with your auto trade? Because, well, this is going to happen on any auto trade, sir. The ones they come out at night, maybe they don't show it to you. They show you only the ones they made it. But believe me or not, they have much worse results than what you're looking at. But you don't see it. So we are struggling on the 1 minute. There is not much big numbers on the swing trading, but we are on the track with the CL, and I'm going to continue covering the CL and the ES today. Let's look at the ES story. Exactly at the mid-band, nothing going on the CL, but we are going directly on the CL, and I'm going to make a bet on this one. This is your final destination on the CL. Look, on the CL, they came in. This is the signal for us. I give you another signal, pullback re-entry short. Then here, another signal. The market came in exactly to the mid-band, and it will be struggling on those mid-band. At the final destination around 12 o'clock, it will be somewhere around there, hopefully, so we can go have lunch in peace. We'll see what the outcome coming on those. Another things what we have done on the Ninja Trader 7, I want to show you. We have made a decision point also. Let me show you. If we take the CL, this one here, if we take the CL and if you put it on the 3 minutes, sadly, there is a lot of traders never came to the room when we were running the room every day. Let me show you what I have done on the 3 minutes. And that is on the any instruments you have for the guys want to swing trade the market. Let me show you. I'm really overloading my, look what we have done. We have given decision points on the 3 minutes. And this is a plot once a day, 20 minutes after the market's open. We give a decision point on the 3 minutes, and we give the target, volatility, high time frame if it's up and down, and then targets if it's up and down. This is your target on the 3 minutes, and those are your decision points right there. And even on the 3 minutes, you can see where it was the reversal on it, and then a plus the decision point. And then if we look at it, where this market turnaround is right in line. And then you have the floor and fibs on the side, and then we are giving you your daily target on any instruments. You want to rock, we can rock all day long. There is so many things non-stop, and it gets me sad to all those instruments, all those power in the charts, and somebody can come and brush it off within a split second. We are on time with the CL, and as expected, as we expected, we are right in line with that CL. Let's go back. We are right in line with that CL. This is exactly what we have covered many videos back. When the market hit our support line, the market pulled back to the re-entry point, the trailing stop one, and now is going back to retest the 65.95. Once we break the 65.95, your second level is 65.80. This is exactly where we need to start looking at closing position, re-enter the market, and on the reversal. Once we see, don't need a genius to see that. Once we get into those lines, it is time to reverse the market. It works every time. CL, NASDAQ. I cannot say it works every time because you can hold me against it, but let me say it. It works most of the time. Because if I say it works all the time, then you're going to say, well, So I'm 8 out of 10 is going to work. So right now we are coming exactly to this number, 65.95. We are testing it. If you play your cards right, you understand how the market function. It does not require no more than a couple of 3 trades a day. It does not. It don't need it. And let's look what will happen on the CL. There we go. We are testing right now this level. Right on time. We know exactly what's going on, 65.95. If we break that number, this is the second area we need to worry about. So now we are playing cat and dogs between this 65.95. Here is your situation. Here is your situation on those. And where you see on the left upper corner, this is where we can measure the momentum, and we can see if the sellers over the buyers, the market analyzers from 1 minute to 30 minutes, that's when I use them. Then that can indicate for me if this CL is going to break those area. When there is a weakness in here, the CL is not going to break it. It's going to go back and pull back. If they are all in red with the red signal, when I get to the red signal, is identify for me. Here's the problem with the fibs. This is where most of traders lose money on the fibs, because when they come into this fibs, they don't understand, should they reverse it or should they re-enter it? When you have fib, whether it's $1 fib or a $10,000 fib, when the fibs come in here, when your market come here, should I trade it long or should I trade it short? This is where most of the traders, they can sit down and bang my head all day long about fibs. Fine. Don't tell me how to do that, because we have a system can draw the fibs for me. Thank you very much. Until now, they cannot figure out where to draw the fibs from. If you're a guy trying to draw fibs right now on a YouTube, he will have 10,000 people hitting him, no matter where he drew the line from. We're done with that. But right now, here is the problem. You have a fib, top of the line fibs, and here is the line. Is this fib is going to hold or not? This is the problem. This is the problem where a trader start losing momentum. This is where the trader start getting confused and not understanding where if he needs to reverse the market or not. This is the $1,000,000 question. Is this market going to hold, or this market is not going to hold? Should I take a long, or should I wait on the breakout pullback re-entry? And this is $1,000,000 question where a trader fell. And the only time you're going to see them doing anything is after the fact. They all sit down in the corner right now. They wouldn't dare go live front of you on a 1 minute chart. Yeah. But everybody smart enough after the fact. Don't show me anything after the fact. Show me right now in front of the trader where you're going with that bar. That is the end of the line. Don't tell me how good you are. So let's go back. Now we can see we have a lot of trouble on the scalper. We hit south on the scalper, the 1 minute, and the 1 minute scalper has hit south and lose all the momentum. The 150 ticks is still doing well. And if we notice right now is 11:38 Eastern time, and we are coming right on time. Probably we will be coming right on time around 6580, and this is where you need to close your position. Let's look at it, and we'll figure it out. This is a NASDAQ trade. We have a new target on the NASDAQ, but I'm not covering the NASDAQ today. If you are a Nasdaq trader, you're gonna have a problem around 39.75. So I'm gonna continue on the CL. Can you see this dot right there? This is a projection, the dot, and you can see from the midband the market did the reverse, and that's exactly from the midband. I'm trying to cover a little bit here and there about the midband, how important for a re-entry point, and that's exactly from the midband. You can see what happened. So they're just teaching you a little bit at the time. It's nothing wrong with that. It's good. Of course, when you know how this market movement, now you can be in control with your auto trade, and you can say stop that auto trade, post that auto trade, wait 5 minutes before I auto trade. Today I'm not gonna auto trade. I'm gonna take a couple of trade on my own. That it is a success. It's not a success. You have a $3,000 and you're expecting an ES making you $1,000 a day. You want 100%, 1,000% on your money every day. Good luck with that. An auto trade is gonna be one day. If the market is moving, you'll be happy, and if this market and you'll be done as early. And one day you're not gonna be happy trader. As an example, if I have a guy trading the ES today, he's not a happy trader. I have a guy trading the 150 ticks. We only use 150 ticks and 1 minute. Today, the 1 minute did go south. It did. And there is nothing we can do. there is, when you are auto trading, whatever the outcome comes, this is it, because you're not doing anything. But when you go ahead and fuzzle with the chart, you can make your day going much smoother, and look at the market, that then you are a bit in control. But when you just want to turn on the auto trade, a lack of money, over immersion, no experience is not equal to success. It will never equal to success. It's equal to disaster, and nothing can be done about it. It's equal to the disaster. What we said about the ES today, guys, and the daily target, those they come automatic. I said every day between 11:30 and 12, we will hit the target, and we already hit the target between 11 and 12. Now is 11:48. Now, if this ES is gonna go maximum, it's gonna go to this place, and then profit taking, and then a reversal again. Nothing. It's done. So now we are going back to flirt with the 65.95. If we break this one here, that's mean I made my point, and then we will be looking for reversal, closing position, and reversal. Boy, this market is nasty today. Okay, so let's look what will happen. We are coming exactly to this number, 65.95. Let's see if we are able to break that area. This is based on 1 minute. Stopped. Okay, we're coming again to the 65.95. It's really struggling. All right, we're gonna stay on this one. We're still on the 260, dropping to 100 and going up to 250, 260 on the market analyzer. We're still in the same circle from 10 o'clock. Nothing has changed on the signal at all. And we're going back and forth. The ES going back and forth. Let's try the 1 minute on the ES. Nothing. Nothing. It's going to project, guys. Don't let it get you excited. It's going to project. The CL will be projected. It requires a big elephant with a lot of buying power to move that CL to the upper side. It requires a lot of buying. Don't let it fool you, those fake movement in the market. And we have a lot of them. So now the CL is stuck between those two lines. So let's see. Stuck between, you have a projection at 66.06. You have a resistance at 66.08. You have another resistance at 66.09. It's not going anywhere. It's that it requires a lot of news and movement for the CL to break all those areas. Look, Okay. Let's see if we're gonna break the 65.95. If we're not breaking it, does mean we have a problem, and the market is gonna be really sideways on the CL. Really, I hope it will break it so we can. Otherwise, we're gonna be bump into a lot of sideways in that. So if you are auto trading and this market is stuck in those area and it's not gonna get out this time, now we are at 11:53 is over. I'm gonna extend it a few more minutes to see what will happen. I'm gonna stay quiet for a few minutes to see where is the CL is gonna go. If you remember, I told you that around 12 o'clock we get the same targets. Now it's 11:55. We hit the target. Profit taking is finished. The ES did not do anything. Profit taking. 12 o'clock is finished. Look, out of the band, target and finish. Right to the take is 12 o'clock. On a Friday, the first 2 hours, and then the market. But this is always from Monday to Thursday. You will hit the target between 11:30 and 12 o'clock, and is over. It's 11:56. We're gonna stay a few more minutes. Let's look at the YM. I didn't have time. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to do everything. I was teaching reversals and targets and all that. Um, but the same principles, you can look at the ES, CL, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, all of them the same principle, guys. All of them the same. This one here is gonna drive you crazy. 12 o'clock. I want to say thank you very much for attending, and we will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, the same channel. God bless you all, and see you. tomorrow at 10. Bye for now.